he decodes. Sit back and enjoy. As we dive deeper down into the rabbit hole and into the unknown. Where the paranormal becomes normal.
Hello, welcome to today's show. Sorry, I'm just laughing at the situation of it all. So I'm setting up a car park at a birthday party. Yes, Tommy, I'm at a birthday party and doing a podcast at the same time. So Tommy is one of the other the co-hosts, but every time he's due on, he's at a birthday party, so he can't make it. So I'm doing this to prove a point that you can actually do both at the same time.
You're doing very well.
Show off. But no, this was only organised like a few days ago or a couple of weeks ago. So anyway, yeah, that's it. So welcome to the show. Thank you, Sarah, for joining. Welcome, Michaela. Thank you for coming again. I know we've had to cancel it a couple of times just to commitments from both of us. So we finally got here. And we're going to do the interview. So welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be in your car.
You are actually both sat in the passenger seat. But I've got massive car park, right? So I've parked right in the corner out the way from everyone.
Where the dodgy people park.
No one, where no one parked. There's a McDonald's across the road, right? Like the pub's behind me. Out of all the parking spots, there's a traffic police car parked in the one directly behind me.
Probably keeping an eye on you, thinking, what's he doing?
I know. You got all that set up in there. So when I start driving off with him.
Well, if he comes and knocks on your window, I want you to record what he's saying. Turn your camera around.
It will be live. Don't worry about that. It'll be going up there.
I'm live on Facebook, mate.
So what do you know, Michaela? What have you got going on? Anything new?
Well, I went for a walk in the Bluebell Woods today.
I want to do that.
Not very spooky, but very nice indeed. I was subliminally asking the fairies to come out and be in my photos, but I don't think they did. So I was a bit sad about that. Sarah and I went to the Haunted Hotel last weekend, along with lots of other people.
Yeah. We did.
The twin girls and Paramike and Ash from Pursuit to the Paranormal. We all stormed the hotel and had a good investigate, so that was good. And I went to. Have you heard of Mitchell and Priory in East Sussex?
No,
I've not.
Well, I did an investigation there last night, and it was really good. I've been there before. I went on most haunted events a few years ago, but it was much better last night actually. We got quite a lot of stuff. It was really fun. So I'm absolutely pooped.
Yes, I can imagine.
Busy. When did you get home? Well, that weekend that we've just had, Michaela. When did you actually get home?
Tuesday tea time.
Tuesday. Right, okay. Because it seemed like you were on the road forever.
Oh, I know. Well, I added an extra leg. It's, once I've got my freedom, I go, ooh, me in the car. I went on a school reunion the first night in Halifax. Then I came to the hotel, and then I thought, oh, do you know what? I think I'll just pop to my friend's in Leeds. So I stayed at her house on the way back.
Why not? Yeah. So that's what I've done. I've got my car fixed. It's like, right, where do we go next? So so I was in Manchester on Friday. So I met up with Sarah and the girls, Adi, Emma, Tony. Then there was Simon, Darren, cousin Andy, and was that it? I think that was it, wasn't it? There was 8 of us in total.
Yeah.
And it was weird place. It was
Where did you go?
Daily Bridge. I don't know the name of the place. I didn't know then. I don't know.
No, we went
in the chat.
Yeah.
It was our tour guide, which was
she
pretty
was
good.
quite good, wasn't she?
Oh, she don't want paying for that because I ain't got no money.
No, no, she won't. She's funny. She there she is. She's in the chat, I think.
Yeah.
Send your invoice, Ada.
Yeah. Make it payable to Joe Weeks.
No, she was really good. Yeah, she gave a little guided tour almost. We parked on Cockerill, didn't we?
Yeah.
Went
So
down
old cobbled lane, isn't it? But the thing is, we had Michelle Gray on. So she's based in Texas. And she's she doesn't class herself as a psychic medium, but she knows she's got the abilities to do it. And what she was coming out with, for her to do that nearly like 5,500-6,000 miles away, to get like the remote viewing of she's drawing it down as we're walking round. You couldn't see anything. We couldn't see anything until like right up against it. And she was getting the shape and the style and everything of the headstones, the gate, everything about it was absolutely bang on. The names, she got this name Nathaniel, then another name John, then
and the age. She got the age as well. She got the baby. She got the baby vibes, didn't she? Yeah.
But Og, Elaine, who's in the chat, the moderator, and Fire Spirit, they were putting stuff down for the history of this place. Now they couldn't. I'm not sure if they could or couldn't find Nathaniel, but we walked around into the cemetery part and we found this big headstone about 6-7 foot, and it said Reverend John Lexham or something. And then opposite that on the floor was a big headstone and the names of all these kids. And there's Nathaniel, 3 months old. He had about 20 kids, but none of them lived more than 12 months, did they? All like died in like
they're all 0, yeah.
Yeah, 0, 4, 0, 5.
Oh my goodness.
To get that, I got goosebumps now thinking about it. And we got a lot of cold spots where Emma was walking. I even walked round her and there was didn't feel anything. It went a bit chilly, but that could have been the wind going through. But then I got a horrible sick feeling. And there's part of it, there's a bridge and it's got a slat missing so you can see down into it. I turned my torch off. I was looking at the water and it's like I was being hypnotized. Something was trying to pull me to go to the water and I snap out of it.
I got that pulling feeling.
Horrible. Horrible.
Felt like something wanted you to go in.
Yeah. And then you heard that barrel. Was it you that heard the barrel? Something banging.
Yes.
Oh, Ada.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was me. I heard something bashing up against the side of the shore. Sounded like either a plastic barrel or like an oil drum. Yeah.
But as Sarah said that, Michelle had drawn what looked like a plastic barrel at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But, it was like it was banging up against the side. Don't know what significance that would have been, but yeah, it was all linked. It was all linked.
Yeah.
It sounds really spooky. And now I understand why someone suggested, I think it was you, Sarah, that you call your little goblin Nathaniel.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Nathaniel. Yeah.
Tell me about this jar of human stuff.
Right. So the story is, Baby with a Laser, who's in the chat, aka Darren, lives in Withenshaw. I don't want to give his address. He lives in Withenshaw, just outside Withenshaw near the airport. He collects stuff, and he'd sent me a couple of pictures, and he sent me this one, and I'm like, oh my God, if you're ever getting rid of it, please let me know. And he's like, make me an offer. I made an offer. We agreed on it. But my car's been out of action since October. And if I knew how little was wrong with it. I'd have got it fixed months ago. I thought it was like hundreds of pounds worth of stuff, and it wasn't. It wasn't even £100 to get it fixed.
Oh wow.
So yeah, bit annoyed with myself for not having it looked at sooner. So I said, as soon as I get the car back on the road, I'm going to come up to Manchester. I need to give it a good run anyway. I'll come up to Manchester. It's only 2 hours 20 from mine, and I'll come straight to yours and we'll sort it out. So that's what I did. So I'd had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off work last week. So plans was go up Friday, meet up with everyone Friday night, do an investigation, stay at Simon's, come back Saturday. So that happened. So when I got there on Friday, went to Darren's. Simon met me there. But just before Simon, I was there about 20 minutes before Simon got there. So he brought this box out, right? This, I think it had perfume in it or something, like a gift set. It didn't. And I took it off and this jar inside. And he said to me, he went, it's one of those, when you see it, it'll have a whole new meaning and feeling about it than looking at it on a photograph or a video. He opened it, I'm just like, oh my God. It is, I can't even describe. You seen it, didn't you, say? I was showing you and Emma just leaving.
Yeah.
How different is it in real life to what you can see?
Yeah, the detail is really good. It's like got the skin peel and everything. Like,
is it a real biological thing?
Right.
Where's he got it from?
So this is from, I might get it wrong, but this is a story I've got in my head, so I'm going to go with this one. His nephew's mate's dad lived up in Girvan in Scotland. Now, his dad died. I might have got the details of who, but it was a house up in Girvan in Scotland, and there's empty in the house. And this guy collected all sorts of stuff from all over, but this was the only thing that was like out of the ordinary. So he asked him, did he want it? And he said, yeah. So he's had it for a couple of years, and it's just there. But he said he's not allowed it in the house.
But he didn't. So the original person didn't explain what it was, or
the original person died. So
my goodness.
Yeah. So they're gone in all correct, right? I got that right. Thank God for that. I hate it when I get stuff wrong. To sound like I don't listen. Yeah. So Darren weren't allowed. He weren't allowed to keep it in the house. I'm not allowed to keep it in the house. It's now in my house, in my studio, with a light underneath it, but you can't see it from the light unless you sat right in front of it. So it's not too bad. So my next step. Now I wasn't going to do this, but I am. I'm going to open it. Going to get a sieve with a paper membrane, empty the water out, and all the little bits of crap that settled in the bottom. Pour it through into a jug, leave that in there, and then pour the water back without all the bits in it, and then seal the lid. And that way you'll get is too much bitty stuff in there for it to. As soon as you move it, it goes all over, and it's like a glitter ball. You've got to wait for it to settle before you can see it.
Well, two things I would say. One, wear a hazmat suit before you touch that water or the thing.
It's outside. It's in the back garden when I do it.
It might fall apart. You are in danger of it falling apart.
Alien, no, I'm not drinking that. Not a chance. No, because I have shook it a bit and nothing. So what I was going to do
fell off.
I was going to get a little funnel and just tip it gently and just see how it is. If it does start falling apart, then I'll stop and I'll just pour the water back in. I'm not.
Knowing you anyway.
Yeah, thanks.
I would not be doing that.
Are you going to touch it though? Are you going to be tempted to touch it?
Yeah.
And
with
hold
gloves
it
on. Put some of those plastic.
Run around the street hugging it.
Might give you a nasty disease.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No, I'm just. I promised myself I wasn't going to open it. I was going to get some sealant, like window sealant, and just go round it about 10 times and leave it. But when you pick it up, when you see it, different perspective on it altogether. It changes everything about it.
Yeah, it is strange. It's a strange looking thing.
Does it look like it was alive once, or does it look like a really good kind of stage?
See, the thing is,
prop?
you can see like the bend in the arm, and it's
You
mixed.
can see details of the knuckles on the fingers and like the toes and the eyelids,
and like layers on the arm where it's.
And it looks like bone poking out.
Because it does look like what I would imagine a goblin to be like.
Yeah, and it's quite a big jar. So this is a 2-litre bottle of lemonade, and the jar is probably from the bottom to about there, so at least halfway. It's got to be at least a litre in like, obviously not be, and it's quite heavy. See, it could just be it could be made out of wood. It could be plaster cast, plaster of Paris. It could be anything. It could be a turnip for all I know. But when you look at it, I'm 99% convinced that it's organic. Whether it's organic and it was something that was going to grow into be into this creature, or if it's going to grow and it's just going to be a veg, I don't know. I've not got that knowledge to know the difference.
Ooh.
But because it's been in there for that long, worked out how long he's had it, to the watercolour and all that kind of stuff. I'm reckoning between 15 20 years it's been in this jar. What would you say, Sarah?
Yeah, I about how old it is, or what I think it is.
How long it's been in there?
It's been in there a while. Yeah, of course.
I'm going to put some pictures up. If you want to talk, I'll get the photos taken.
I think it has been in there a long time. But then I almost think the water is dirty. It is, but is it? If it is just whatever liquid it is, if it's a preservative or anything, then fine. If it's just like a water, it'd be dirtier, I think.
Yeah.
But it's been in there a long time. Thing is, just going back to like when you're holding the jar, the weight in the jar shifts like something organic as well.
Yeah.
It's heavy. It's not like it's a light plaster thing or anything. It is heavy.
Yeah, I think even if
feels organic.
Clay, even if it's clay, I don't think it'd be that heavy.
It'd dissolve in the water.
Yeah.
That's the thing. The plaster would dissolve, and it doesn't look plasticky. It doesn't look. The argument of clay, if it's been in that water a long time, it would have fallen apart. It would have disintegrated, and it's solid.
But you can shake it, and you can.
Yeah.
Sounds you can feel the shift when it moves.
Yeah, you can.
You know, like sounds the only way you can. If you've got a cardboard box, and you've got marbles in it, and you move into what, you can feel it shift across. And same if you go to the left, the right, or forward or backward, it's got that kind of momentum to it, even though it's in a glass jar with liquid.
Just be careful, because that liquid's probably toxic.
No, it's not. Joe's put dead baby monkey. I think she meant monkey. It's not. It isn't an animal. It's not an animal. It might just be a movie prop or a stage prop. But do you know what? For what I paid for it, it ain't going anywhere. Put it that way.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So I'll put the pictures up. These are the ones with the light underneath it. So that it was still settling, and that's an orange, like a warm LED light. So if I put a different colour one, obviously it'd look different, but it's the only one that I've got. And that's probably them two are probably the best ones.
It's the bend in the arms for me when you look at it in person.
It's like, let me take that off. It's kind of like that, but then one hand comes around like that, and you can see the 3 fingers on it. And that's a weird thing, it has 3 fingers.
And the little the crack in the arm there feels really looks really real, and
Yeah.
it's interesting anyway.
And even the
It's
spine,
definitely.
I'll take some more proper photos and I'll send them to you. Even the spine, you can see the ridges. What look like each
Yeah, you
vertebrae.
can.
It's not just
I think,
it's not like someone's put a straw in it and moulded round it.
Yeah.
You've got each vertebrae individual. It's too
But
detailed.
I like the idea of baby monkey, because if you think they've got those big bulbous eyes, haven't they, with the big lids on them, and it's got that shape. You never know.
But there's no tail.
Yeah, there's no tailbone. It'd be a good idea to open it live on here.
I was thinking that.
But not in your car.
No, I'll be outside.
I'll just pluck another great idea out.
No. You stop your ideas, Sarah. No, they sound good.
I know.
Till you put them in practice, and then no.
I know. No, I don't know about you, but I thought Sam Spooker was a good idea.
Did you notice they changed the name?
Sambuca.
Sambuca Spirits.
And whose idea was that again, Andy?
Who can now not drink? Who's now not drank alcohol for over 2 weeks?
Well done.
Can't do it.
I tried dry January and I lasted 3 days.
At least you tried.
It's so bad.
I haven't even tried.
I was so grumpy that I had a bit of a strop and then went out to the supermarket and got a bottle of wine. It was a Friday. I couldn't cope.
All right, Sarah, tell them what you do every time you walk past a bottle. Get this, Michaela. You ready?
Yeah.
I take a shot.
I can't even look at the bottle.
It's there. It's like on the side, and every time I go past, I'm like, well, not. Wait, that sounds terrible. Because
The thing, yeah.
How many times
not
past it?
Not at 8 in the morning. Not at 8 in the morning, but I mean, maybe 9. No, every time I see it, I think, go on, just a little bit.
Just to keep you going.
Even last night, it's true. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't do anything. Didn't have a drink. The thought of it is just no.
I think my throat just went numb to it after a while. It burnt my skin in my throat. I just knocking them back at the end.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, paranormal.
Yes.
Back on track. So, on Saturday, I'm going to Cannock Chase.
Woohoo! Well, I hope you get more than we did when we went.
Yeah.
We got scared by a herd of deer.
Oh, well, we had a herd of deer last time run right past the bivvy that we was in. There's about 25, 30 of them.
Oh.
So, and that was probably about 1 o'clock in the morning.
Their eyes shine really spookily. The first thing we saw of them was just it was at the pitch black in the middle of the forest, and there was this big group of luminous eyes, and that's all there was. And I was like, shit, what's that? It's really scary.
I'm meeting up with a couple of people who I don't know. That'll be fun. And I'm friends with them on Facebook and that. They're going on Saturday, getting there for around about 7 o'clock. Now, get this. I have another birthday party next Saturday at 2 o'clock. I'm going to the party. This is just for Tommy, and then I'm going out investigating Thomas. Just to rub
After all the cake.
Yeah. So I'm not sure which part of Cannock we're going to. I'm hoping it's over near Pie Tower because I didn't really get to have a proper look around there last time. So
that's where we got our only EVP.
Yeah. Did you actually drive into it?
No, we walked the whole thing because we camped in the campsite. And we
Right.
walked from the campsite and we walked to all the landmarks. We did about 10 miles. We were literally walking all night. And we walked through the whole, like, all of the woods, up to Pie Tower, up to the German cemetery, all over the place we went.
Yeah.
We've never been.
You need
was
to.
really
Did you get
good.
anything? Yeah, I know, I do. I need to get it sorted. Did you get anything when you went, Michaela?
We got an EVP of a little girl by the tower, but it was really quiet. The only thing that happened, and there was only me that experienced it, and I do wonder because I have got a very vivid imagination. So just before we were walking through the forest, and the path that we were on was quite a narrow path, and there were trees on both sides, and there's just nothing as spooky as being in the forest at night. I'm sorry,
No.
but for me, that is just the spookiest thing ever. And just before we saw the deer, I could hear something on the right hand side, and it was kind of pacing us through the woods. And wherever we walked, it was walking about probably 10 or 12 feet next to us, but it only happened for about 50 feet. And just as I was getting super paranoid and thinking, I'm going to have to say something to everybody because I didn't want to freak them out, that's when we saw the deer and went, oh, what the hell's that? And then that was right next to an opening to the road. But in my little imagination, it was something like, it sounded like something on 4 feet. It sounded like a large cat.
Ooh.
And in my imagination, that's what it was, that we were being tracked by some large puma.
Yeah. You scream as
I've got
well,
no
though.
evidence for that. Huh?
Didn't you hear a scream or something? I remember you put something on Facebook or Facebook Live when you was near the Pie Tower.
I think that might have been the little girl, because I think
Was
we heard a weird scream, but then one of the girls got this little girl's voice coming through on the EVP, but we couldn't tell what she was saying. It was just like you know, when someone's talking but you can't really tell what they're saying, but you could tell the tone of the voice was someone really young.
Yeah.
Did you get any other chatter or type of chatter, like two people having a conversation, like a whisper? It's hard to explain. It sounds like it's far away, but
we can hear people talking.
It's a lot nearer, and they're talking a lot quieter. And as soon as you try and home in on it, it stops.
Yeah. Well, I've had that a lot, actually, a lot of different places.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether sometimes your mind plays tricks on you, but sometimes when you really strain your ears and you sort of go, can you hear somebody talking? And the other person goes, yeah. And the more you listen, the more you imagine you can hear it. It's really, really bizarre.
Yeah.
I find there's a lot of screams that we hear in the woods. I don't know why. We get
Not
a lot
you
of
not running away.
I know. Probably, yeah. Probably is. It's probably the echo of us all running from like the last 5 minutes ago. Constantly. No, I find we get a lot of screams in the woods. I've heard that myself. We got a really demonic scream in Delamere Forest.
Really?
We've got that on there. I think that's on our video or on our TikTok. It's like a guttural scream, and it sounded like somebody was being murdered or something. Honestly, it was horrific. We all heard it, and then we've enhanced it, and you can hear this man really deep screaming. It's really scary. I don't know if it's trees. I don't know what it is about the woods, screams and things like that. And but then I've heard there's a bit of a theory about how at night some people think that the trees scream. Sounds mad, but
no, tree people.
Yeah. Well, yeah, tree people. I have heard people saying that they think the trees will scream.
Who knows? Well, there's that theory, isn't there? I mean, if a tree fell over in a wood where there was nobody there, would it make a noise?
Yes.
I had a very strange thing happen to me this morning, and I have a lot of strange things happen to me. But obviously, I've got no proof that these things are paranormal. Paranormal. So I'll back it up with an experience that I had about a year and a half or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So because it kind of fits in with that. So I often hear, oh, you disappeared.
Oh, sorry. Right, I'm still here. I was just.
Sarah's gone now.
You'll be sorting the kids out. Right, she'll still be listening.
So I hear random sort of voices in my head. It sounds really bad. Don't cut me off just yet. But I have, over the last few months, I've been, because I want to try to open myself up psychically, because I think I had so many things happen to me when I was a kid that I got very scared, and I think I kind of put all the shutters down and blocked it all off. So I'm trying to kind of open myself back up to these things now. And so I've been doing a lot of meditation and things like that. And I keep having these random things happening. And I'm wondering whether things are sort of, I'm starting to connect things. So I've had three things. One was, it was in lockdown, the first one. And I might have mentioned this before, and it was just a really fleeting thing. I was just in my bedroom, putting the washing away, and in my head came this crackling sound like an old radio. And then someone went, hello?
Oh, in your head?
In my head, but I could hear it as if it was in my ears, but I know that it came from inside my head.
Yeah.
Does it sound like it was in stereo? Do you know, like when you've got your headphones on now, if you're listening to music and you go with the music,
it was,
and then the music then becomes inside your head. That's the only way I can explain it.
Yeah, it was like that, but I could hear it definitely. It was like somebody was telepathically speaking to me, is what I can only say. And so I kind of put everything down. I was looking around my room and I was going, hello? But that was it. Nothing else happened. So then fast forward to last summer, and I've got lots and lots of crystals. I don't really know that much about them, I have to be fair, but I really like them. So I've got a little cabinet that I keep them in, and I've got a few others in my bedroom. So I was dusting my crystals, as you do, minding my own business. No one else was in the house. And then this voice came up the stairs, and I can't remember the exact phrase it said, but it was in a really witchy voice. And it went, woman, sort yourself out.
Oh,
and
gosh.
I just went, and I was like, have I just heard that? And it was really loud. And I went to the top of the stairs and went, hello? Hello? And I went all around the house, nobody there. And that was it. That was another just isolated incident.
Was it a male or a female voice?
That one was a female voice. The first one was a female voice, but a nice kind of voice. Just someone going, hello? So then actually there's been 4. So at the haunted hotel, the second time I went, I slept in the little single bed in room 6. And in the morning, I woke up, and just before I started to move out of the bed, this really, really deep man's voice went right next to me, went, hello? And I was like, hello? I was like, oh, Sindel, did you just hear that voice? She was like, no. I thought, right, I'm losing the plot now. Anyway, this morning, I was in bed, and it was just about time to get up. And I heard this voice, which was, it wasn't witchy, but it was kind of male witchy, I would describe it as. And it just really loudly went, mine.
Oh, gosh.
And I went,
I
turned around to Tom and I went, did you just hear that? And he went, what? And I went, that voice. And he goes, oh, no, it'll be the boys downstairs, because the boys were gaming together, one in the kitchen and one in the living room.
Yeah.
And I said, no, because they can't throw their voices like that. That was on the stairs. And he's like, oh, well, I
gosh.
don't know. And
So
so
you-
these things keep happening. Like I keep hearing, sometimes I hear someone right in my ear. You know, like when you have a fly or a bee that flies
Yeah.
straight past your
Yeah.
ear.
Feel it right inside.
Yeah, but I can hear someone humming and it's just a second. They just go, and then I'm like, what the hell was that? So
Yeah.
either I am seriously losing the plot or maybe things
Is
are trying to come through.
Is it happening when you're like waking up or going to sleep?
Sometimes.
Because I have a theory
Exploding
that,
head syndrome.
well, not
Yeah.
quite, yeah, but not quite. I also think that because I had a similar thing where I went through a phase where, as I was going to sleep, I saw very vivid faces, but also heard very prominent voices shout things to me. I've got a list on my phone of everything that I've ever heard,
Yeah.
and
Me too.
I think it's the if you think about it, it's like when your subconscious, your consciousness, shall we say, is like at its thinnest, so that it can be tapped into when you're falling asleep or waking up. Like you're losing that full consciousness when you are falling asleep or you're just waking up, and it's at that point where you are the most susceptible and the most adaptable and the most receptive, should I say.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? For them to sort of get in there and say what they need to say.
With you saying that, Sarah, have you ever, might just be me because I'm weird, but as I'm falling asleep, I'll start talking. But it's absolute nonsense. But I'll repeating. It's not even a language or anything.
Yeah.
And I can't do it when I'm awake. I can't even form my mouth to make the words that I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it's repetitive of like syllables or certain letters.
Yeah.
And
what if something's
I do
tapping
it now,
into
but I'm just making a shit of myself.
No.
But I'll be having a conversation. I'll say something, and then there'll be a gap. I can't hear anything, but then after that gap, then I'll say something else, and it's like a two-way communication. I can't hear the other voice, but I'm having a conversation with something.
Yeah.
I probably do it about 3-4 times a week.
Yeah. So it's either, to me, it's like the veil is the thinnest when you're falling asleep or waking up, and they're communicating with you in your subconsciousness, or they are speaking by using you, sort of
Almost
using
like
your voice, almost a bit like a possession, I suppose. They're using you as like a vessel, maybe, to tap into and speak and have a conversation with whoever they can hear
so
or
they're
see.
using my voice. Maybe they don't have that ability, but then they can hear what I can't hear because it could be a different frequency.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about spirit mediums and things like that, and people who can tap in, a lot of the time they go into a meditative state. They sort of slow down. I don't know if you've ever seen what's it called? I can't remember what he's called. Adil, no. The guy who talks about, we saw him at Parameet. Oh, what's his name? He talks about brainwaves and how they change.
Not Dominic, is it? No.
What's he called? It's past life regression.
Dominic?
No. I want to say Paul Goddard. That's the one.
Yes,
Paul Goddard. Thanks. Yeah, Ada's just said it at the same time. Paul Goddard, he talks about like brainwaves and how when we do things, and like driving, for example, subconsciousness, when we're driving, our brainwaves are a lot slower, and like the autonomous. So I'm like, are our brainwaves tuning into a frequency that is more on a spirit's level when we're at our subconscious state?
Because we're changing frequency as we're going to sleep.
Because it's the waves are aligning more,
or slowing down, or speeding up, or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So if if say these spirits, entities, attachments, whatever you want to call them, have a slower, like their frequency waves are sort of more slow and deep.
Yeah,
and obviously when we're unconscious or in our subconscious mind, our brain waves are going to do the same thing and slow down and align with them better, so we can match.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. So we can briefly meet.
Yeah. Makes sense.
It's obviously it's just a theory, but the brainwaves is a real thing, so it makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. Do you know what? I heard this amazing story this week. Have you got time for me just to tell you?
Yeah,
quickly?
of course we have. Got another 20, 40 minutes, 30 minutes, yeah.
It's kind of connected to this, but kind of not. So I make no kind of bones about the fact that my favorite podcast is an American podcast called Monsters Among Us. And that podcast is what I would dearly love to do, but I haven't been able to persuade people to do it yet. And people ring in and leave a voice message about their paranormal experience. And the whole show is basically back-to-back people's paranormal experiences, which I've been trying to get my listeners to do for so long, but it's really hard to get people to do it. Well,
I'll do it.
Yes, please do.
100% not a problem.
Yay! So listen, everybody, send your real life stories in to me. Go to my Facebook page, and it's got the information. Anyway, this woman rang in, and she said that, and I'm sure it was on this. You know, when you then start to doubt yourself. I apologise if I'm telling somebody else's story and crediting it to the wrong thing, but I'm fairly sure it was on there.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't, I apologise, and I'll try and find out the right place. Anyway, this woman's story, she, no, I'll tell you where it was now. Sorry, completely wrong. So this is a story from Pursuit of the Paranormal. And when we went to the haunted hotel, just before you girls came, Sarah, I was talking to Natalie, who's part of UFO Identified Northeast Division. Right, so that's where it came from. Anyway, she said she interviewed this lady, and she had an experience in the UK where grey aliens came to her house and they were outside her window. And the first she knew of it was she was just in a living room by herself, just doing something really boring. And just like when that voice happened to me, a voice came into her head and sort of said, "Hello, we're here." And she sort of like, she was like, what the hell's going on here? Thought she was going mad. And then she saw this kind of outline outside her window of this part of what she presumed was a grey alien. And it said, "Don't worry, don't be scared. We've come to talk to you." And she said, "I don't want to see you. I don't want to see you. I don't mind talking to you, but I can't cope with seeing you. You're just going to really freak me out, and it's not going to help anything." So anyway, she had this conversation. And they kept trying to kind of peer in the window, she said. And every time they did, she went, "Stop, stop, stop." But the thing was, she said, the thing that was really freaky was that they started speaking to her. She said, and she'd never told anyone this story because of how mental it sounds. Yeah. But they started talking to her in this language that wasn't a language. It was a click language. Now, if you think like some of the African languages that use sounds and like sort of stuff like that. And she said that she came out with this like series of clicks and stuff. She says, "But I can't say this to anyone because they just look at me like I've absolutely lost the plot." She said, but the thing was that he started, the alien started slowing down what it was saying. And she got really indignant and went, "Don't slow down. I can understand what you're saying perfectly well." Yeah. And she knew what it was saying to her. Oh. And I tell you what, when she told me that, it just absolutely blew me away, because I've heard of things before where people have communicated with other people or things and being able to understand a language, maybe just a normal human language, but one that they don't actually know. And that just really, that story just, I thought it was incredible, actually.
Yeah. Never mind another language, even just understanding something that's like just a series of clicks is mind-blowing. How she can just I wonder if they would have done that to her then. So, well, obviously, like, so that
They must have done, yeah.
she can understand.
But it's just,
Yeah.
it's mind-boggling. And this is the amazing thing about listening to people's stories. Everybody send me stories. Is that you can't judge anybody, because I mean, I'm sure both you two have heard stories from people who've had real life things happen to them that, for all intents and purposes, are impossible, that couldn't have happened. But yet they did happen, and these people know they happened, and they're totally convinced they happened, and they know it beyond a doubt. And you listen to them and you go, my God, what if that's really true? And it just boggles your mind, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it does.
Even stuff that I've had go on, even now after years and years of it, or years and years after it happening, still doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. I can't explain it. I haven't got any proof or evidence as to what it was. All I can do is tell you what I seen, and whether the thing that I'm looking at was actually that, I don't know. But all I can do is relay back what it is I heard or seen or had a connection with.
Yeah. And I think it's really important for people like us to give people a safe space in order to share their experiences, because you know, the rest of society would laugh at them or shun them or be really horrible. And we listen without judgment and go, that's your experience. Who am I to say that didn't happen? You know, you're here in a safe place to share your experience. And I think it's really important.
Yeah, definitely. And that was one of the main reasons why I started doing this, or how I ended up doing this, was to give people that voice. And even people that, I won't name names, that don't want to come on camera and talk about their encounter, but they're free to put it in the chat. Because a lot of people, if a particular subject will come up and sort of go, oh, I've had that. And then you'll see people in the chat discussing what's gone on, and then I suppose comparing notes.
Yeah.
But I'm one of those now. I'm at the point where I don't care. If you believe me, you believe me. You don't, you don't. Simon put, you mean me? But yeah. If you don't, there's a couple of other people that are in the chat that have told me stuff. So I will never say anything to anyone. I've not. But I'm not going to try and force them to talk about it if they don't want to. I want to try and make it comfortable for them as possible. Make them feel, like you said, in a safe environment, and just have a chat like what we're doing now. That's why I don't see it as it is interviewing people, but it's not. We're just having a chat, and that's how it needs to be to get that. You know what I mean?
That level of trust as well. I mean, people can share things with me anonymously. They can send me an email, and I won't read out their real names if they just want to get their story off their chest. But it's really important. It is.
Yeah, I've had people contact me either through the website or the YouTube channel, and they've had stuff that's gone on. There's one guy who's seen the pterodactyl in Milton Keynes roughly around about the same time that I had my encounter. Now, he's never spoke to it about anybody else. He also had the orb that was the size of a Ford Fiesta coming towards, he lived in a farmhouse on the other side, like going out, like a place called Bletchley. And this is where Dave Hodrian was talking about. It was literally around the corner from this guy's house. And it was a similar sort of thing. So, and I gave him my number. We arranged to have a chat. We spoke on the phone probably about 2.5 hours solid, and I haven't spoke to him since. But he just wanted to talk about it because it happened about, I think he said about 20-25 years ago, and he just felt that it was time now that he needed to talk about it. He said that I can use it. I can use his name, which I won't. Even though people say I can use the name, I don't. I always change it unless that person's on screen and what have you. And it's good then to share them stories from other people, because then it opens up a little bit more for other people to think, well, then what happened to me doesn't seem as ridiculous as what that is. And and I'll use the word ridiculous because they are. Even the things I've had are just absolutely just doesn't make any sense.
Because our brain can't comprehend it.
Yeah.
We can't wrap our heads around something happening that seems strange. A lot of that is probably because like our world tells us like socially it's not society tells us it's out there, it's not real, it's ridiculous. But our brain can't comprehend it. So of course it seems completely barbaric.
It does.
It does.
But at the same time, I think that's why I push it into the category of it's just normal everyday stuff, because I've had that much go on, and the amount of people, including yourselves, that I spoke to, and the encounters that they've had, some have been similar, some have been completely one end of the spectrum to the other. But to me, it's normal.
So really, we should, instead of calling it paranormal, it should actually be paranormality.
Yeah. But why not?
Like the magazine I write for, Paranormality magazine. Yeah.
Yes.
That's a good plug, Sarah.
That was an inadvertent plug.
I didn't even know.
Proper plug by me. Paranormality magazine online.
Yeah. Well, that's why.
Drop that little seed.
Well, that's why I changed the tagline to where the paranormal becomes normal. Because for me, everyone says it's not normal. It is normal. It's probably more normal than normal. It's just like Sarah was saying before, because it's society we're told you can't do this, you can't do that. That's wrong. This isn't real. It's all make believe. It's fairy stuff. It's fairy tales, so on and so on. We're led to believe that that's what it all is. It's not until I was going to say you get older, but that's wrong. It's not until you open yourself up and look around what is actually going on, regardless of age, and you see what is real and what isn't real. It makes a massive, massive difference to the way you think and how you think.
Because you feel like anything's possible. You know, like if I'd been in the Bluebell Woods today and I had seen a fairy, I would have been really surprised. But I wouldn't have sort of gone, oh my God, that can't be true. Sort of, I would have been like, oh, wow. It's like that lady's story about what she went through. It doesn't make me go, she's a nutter. It makes me go, oh my God, I'd love something like that to happen to me. That would be so incredible. I don't know.
It's like I was in Shropshire when I first, before I even started the YouTube channel, I was did one on Facebook Live. Then someone said, why not use YouTube? And we're walking down this old rail track as me and a guy called Alan Betteridge. And we're walking down. It's like literally down the road from his house. And I seen something fly through the trees and like fly away. And I went, did you see that then? He's like, no, what was it? I went, I think it was a fairy. He goes, where is it? Well, it's gone now. And then we just carried on.
Yeah. Like
that would be so cool.
Yeah, and it was just the way it moved. It wasn't a bird. It was sticks. It was about 12 to 14 inches long. The wingspan was probably about 6 to 8 inches, but it's flying away from me, so I couldn't see it front on. So it's like, I think it was a fairy. I'm 95% it was. But the other 5% was a giant stick insect, because I know they can fly. But they're from like Argentina, South America, around that area. So I know they're not indigenous, that's it, to the UK. And I don't know how long they'd last. And this was a winter's night. This was like November. It's absolutely chucking it down. It's probably about 3 degrees. So, yeah. And I think it's big to be a giant one. It's like the back of the legs were crossed over like that. And it looked like bamboo. Do you get the knots in bamboo?
Yeah.
I've actually got a still from a video. And this is what it looked like.
But wow.
Wow, yeah.
That's a really good photo.
Yeah, so that's from a video of these kids that have claimed to seen one, and the dad was filming it.
I've seen that video, and it's really,
Yeah.
and it makes like a really like angry chattering noise, doesn't it? It's like,
Yeah. But I
It's
didn't hear
quite
any
incredible.
noise. It just it come out of nowhere and just shut off, and then it was gone. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Anything's possible.
Yeah. So, and it looked, it was pretty much identical to that. It wasn't a bird. It didn't have feathers. It wasn't a flying rat or anything like that. It wasn't a drone. There was no one else about. Only idiots like us that going out looking for big cats. That's why we were down there.
And dragonflies aren't around at that time of year, are they?
It was far too big to be a dragonfly. It was like 3 times the size of the big brown. I don't know what the names are, but the big brown one is 3 times the size of that. The wingspan was at least double that.
Wow.
So.
Never seen anything like that.
Oh, I'd love to.
I
think I'm there taking pictures away from my family going, any fairies that are nearby, can you please make yourself known on my photograph, please? And I'm like, anyone looking at me?
Like if we go for a walk with friends and that, and I'm like 100 yards behind. It's all right, I'm just taking photos. Don't worry about it. I'll catch you up. So I never get anything. Now and again, I do, but it's like 1% of the time I'll get something in a photograph, but you can't explain anything.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we once thought that we were at Beeston Castle and we were walking down the hill. I don't know if you've ever been. We're walking down the hill from the castle. It's not like it is a castle, but it's like in ruin. Most of it's in ruins. So we're walking down the hill and there's trees at the bottom of the hill, and we could see something moving in the trees. And we've got a video of it, and I'll have to find it, and you can literally see something moving in the bushes. And as we get closer, it disappears. And we've had things like that happen, but I've never, I don't know what it would have been, tree people or I've no idea. But something was moving around and shuffling around in the trees.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything fly like that, though. But I've seen movement in the trees.
But it was the way it was moving. So it was moving like that, obviously. But like a dolphin or a fish would in water, like when it's at the top of the water.
Yeah.
Like that. And it wasn't even windy. If it was a bird, it'd kind of like go in a straight line and be zigzagging. But this was a straight line, and then it just went out of sight.
Yeah.
Very
strange. Was it making any noise?
I didn't hear anything. There was a bit of traffic because there's a couple of roads that run underneath the train line. So it was quite noisy for that. And there's a bypass a bit further up. And because it had been raining, obviously, tyres on the road when it's wet is a lot louder than when it's not.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, I've got some exciting news for this week. Well, it's exciting for me anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, Andy, you've got to ask for permission even if it's in your head. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I always do it in my head.
Yeah.
Still get told no, but...
So this week, I'm beyond excited. Have you heard of the medium from America called Cindy Kaiser? If you haven't heard of her, my kind of news is a bit flat.
Oh, sorry. I'm not that well up on mediums.
She's really famous. She's on all sorts of things, the Halls of Files and the Dead Files and all sorts. She's absolutely incredible. Because I am quite skeptical. I do believe that sometimes people say they have abilities when they haven't. I do believe there have been a lot of famous mediums that have kind of hoaxed people or faked what they're doing. So I'm very careful in who I adore as a medium. But I'm going to go and see her. She's coming to London. She's also coming to the Festival of the Unexplained in September.
Is she?
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm going.
Read up on her. She's incredible and very beautiful as well. I've got a slight crush on her altogether.
Oh, gotta go.
A friend crush. But she's so I paid for a gallery reading, so I'm going to get my own reading. So I'm really excited. I'm going to not only go to see her, but get to meet her as well. So
see, I'm going to go to that festival thing in September. Yeah, but I cannot afford the price of them tickets, so I'm just going to hang about outside. There's a couple I don't care.
I've been paying mine monthly since September.
We have
every month. Yeah,
we've got VIP.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me anymore, please.
Also, it is really hard to afford things like that, but with spreading it out over the year, it's been so much more affordable.
I didn't see it till late on, and I think the last payment was May. So
mine won't be because I think I missed one, so mine will be going on a bit longer.
So I'm going to go because it's Lords Gonzalez and Ron Iacovetti that I want to meet up. They do Staticom.
I need to look into them because I haven't really heard of them.
We did 2 shows with them. They're both on air. Staticom Sunday.
All right.
They are unbelievable, honestly. The stuff they do and how they do it and the recordings they've got, it's like nothing else. But with that, it's software and a program. It's not an actual device that you use. So it's software that they've created and loaded up onto the laptop, and they use it when they go out investigating. Yeah. But they are looking at putting it all together and trying to make some sort of instrument to use it with.
Yeah.
But they just, because it's them 2 that do it. And there's another couple, I cannot remember the names. I do apologise. And they're over in Arizona. So they kind of they teamed up with them just to make it easier to sort out. But so I'm just going to hang about outside and wait for people and sit there with a little...
do it!
Little plastic cup, homeless.
Oh.
No, we'll come and say hello.
A room.
Oh, thanks. No, it's just for where I want to go this year and what I want to do. It was far too much to get a ticket for that and do everything else as well. So
are you coming to Paranormal?
Yes, I need you. I meant to ask you the other day. I need you to send me the link again. Because I went on it. No, I went on that link.
Yeah.
You tell you what tickets you want, and you add them, but there's no basket, so you can't see what you bought.
Oh, you have to.
20 baskets, 20 tickets.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, go there. We're going to Paranormal Midlands and the North.
That's on the up road from me.
Yeah, and then are you going to come to the awards ceremony? Because we've got 2 nominations, so we're going to that as well.
Yeah, if you send me the links, I'll
send it. Are you coming, Michaela?
No, I haven't really heard about it, to be honest.
Oh, it's basically it's a paranormal conference. It was really good last year. They just did they did the one event in Rugby, I think it was, and then what was that? Sarah nominated. You need to get multiple.
Don't vote.
Nominated myself. I did not.
So is it? How did you get nominated then? Is it for a YouTube channel or something?
Yeah. So we're on Ghost. So Neil, who runs Paranormal, has got Ghost Planet Network as well, and all our episodes stream on there too. So he opened up some awards where you could put in your votes for who you wanted to be nominated. So we shared the link and all of that, and then the results came out for the nominees, and we got nominated in 3 categories, but he's whittled it down after of non-GPN. All the non-Ghost Planet Network stuff has gone. So we've got I got nominated for Top Investigator, which I'm like, woo! Not expecting to win that, but it would be great. Keep sharing the link, so fingers crossed, but oh well, if not. And then we also get a To Investigate one, which is like for an episode that we did. So fingers crossed. But so you just have to basically people.
Does they do podcasts? She says
They do, yeah. They
I'm not affiliated with anyone. I'm just trundling on by myself.
I was on a couple in America, but I couldn't just do a podcast as and when I wanted. I had to do it specific times. I couldn't run over, which is the worst thing ever for me because they always run over. If you look at the time now, you'll see.
Yeah.
Kind of like I just thought, no, I need to do it on my own without being on these networks, and then establish more like that. So, and that's what I've done. I've just not looked at doing anything since then.
Oh, you should try and.
I'll have a look and see when it is.
Yeah, there we go. Photographic evidence.
I know, yeah, I did. Well,
and
only on the way up. A dirty knee. She's changed.
No.
Vote Sarah Ainsworth for top investigator, top mudslider, and top bin dipper.
Not just any bin, Michaela. Bins in cemeteries for baskets with flowers in. She empties the flowers.
You're really selling me here.
Oh my God, are you a cemetery basket stealer? Oh my goodness.
I'm a bin dipper.
It was full of soil, blue and white little flowery things.
It was in a bin.
Grabs it out the bin, tips them out as there's someone walking past.
There might be an attachment to it. Someone shouting at you going, "That's mine!"
Exactly, and that's why it's coming home with me. I am a salvager. I like to rescue plants and baskets.
Oh, known in the law of court, thief.
Oh.
Court of Larry.
I rescued it. I liberated it from its true.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my crystals in it. It's got a good backstory, isn't it?
That's what you tell yourself.
You should have seen Andy's face when I went up to the bin and I was just like, boom.
What are you doing?
Do you go in skips as well?
Do you know what?
Yeah,
I don't, but that'd be a cracking day out.
There you go. Just go to the local tip. You'll be all right.
I know, yeah. No, those guys.
That's why they've got security now, because of people like Sarah. We have to show our residence permit to get to our tip now.
Do you?
Really?
Yeah.
We've got
something with your ID on now.
You've got to have the right postcode, don't you?
Yeah. Terrible. For all these bin dippers.
Oh my goodness. Bin dippers. I know.
Skip dippers.
Yeah.
Right. We are coming up to the end of the show, but I've got 3 images that I'm going to put up. This is from Friday night. So this is me and Tony. I don't know if he was doing the EVP at this point, but there's something going on. I just want Michaela's take on it. It could be pareidolia.
Well, I need my glasses.
No, definitely not. But there's something going on with one of my eyes. It's a different colour to the other one. It's not, but in this it is. Oh, it's not there because I've got my eyes shut. But
that is a good picture, that.
That's quite filmic, actually. What have you done to it?
Nothing.
Who's that on the trunk? Who's that evil baby? That evil baby.
Ready? You ready?
That's awful, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh my God.
How awful. Nathaniel.
Oh my goodness. Look
at that.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
That is, for me, I'm big on pareidolia. Straight away, pareidolia. No matter what, it's pareidolia. But that is too pronounced. It's too 3D.
That is scary.
You've got
eyes, nose, skin on the upper lip.
You got the upper lip. That's what I mean. You got the upper lip coming out. You got the hair coming down around the eyes and the face. That is not. I don't.
Do you know that looks like that? That looks just like my son when he was a baby.
Right. Age is just a picture. Give me 1 second.
That was the
Because
first thing I saw when I saw that photo. I was like, bloody
Right.
hell, what was that?
Yeah.
Give me a
It's a creepy
second.
little baby.
Who's that now? All right, you've just sent me that thing. Right, I'll just quickly get this.
Yeah,
Adrian sent me a picture. I'll download it. It should then be on my iPad.
What effect is that you've got on that picture? I really like it.
Nothing.
Nothing.
That's
It's natural.
picture.
What? It looks like it's been put in a kind of animation sort of thing.
No, it's good, isn't it?
Wow,
It's just how it was. Just the night. It was just it looks really cinematic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, yeah. With the light and everything.
I think that's the light off Tony or Sarah's torch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was streaming. So this is Emma stood in front of the same tree. From what I can gather, I might be wrong. There's nothing on that. There is a little
picture. Look at Emma's face.
Oh, no.
Slightly
She's gonna
surprised.
hate.
Well, if you look at that, the top of her hairline, you can see, but it's nothing like that.
No,
That's
it's
the same
not.
tree. You can see the markings. It's the same tree.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Because the marking above is the same.
Yeah, because you look at the scratches going left to right. It's silver birch, isn't it? And it's exactly the same. There's what looks could be, but it hasn't got the hair over the eyes. It hasn't got the detail of the eyes. Hasn't got the proper lip. It's completely different.
Wow. That's amazing.
There we go.
It's awful.
That is not that.
No, that's freaky. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm mentally putting my hands up then. I don't like it.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Right. So look at that.
And where's your different coloured eyes?
Oh, that's in a different photo. Simon's got that. I'm just going to get this other picture.
Oh gosh, it's very creepy, isn't it? Look, just looking at that top, it's the top lip. That's so the filter.
Look at that picture. I'm going to switch it for this one straight away. How different is that?
Oh
yeah. Yeah.
I think something was using that as not a cloak, but
like an overlay sort of.
Yeah, to be seen.
Coming through it. Yeah, it is different. That is different. Definitely.
It's more defined in the first picture, isn't it?
That's like looking at you. Whereas it's a tree.
Yeah. Wow. Ooh.
So make of that what you will, but I do believe it wasn't pareidolia. I just
Paranormal
on my face. There you go. There's Emma.
You are the star of the tree, Emma.
Yeah. So Brian's saying, great catch, no pareidolia.
Yeah, just Michaela, here's the picture where the zoomed out picture. It's my head torch that you can see shining.
Oh wow, yeah.
I'll take
it's a really good effect, actually.
It's good, isn't it? I'll take the blur off so you can see it a bit better.
Oh yeah.
It's just my head torch.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was Friday night's encounter.
Very. So where are you both investigating next? Anywhere planned?
Well, I'm going to Cannock Saturday.
Oh, you're going to Cannock, yeah.
I don't think I've got anything else planned. I'm gonna look at an abandoned care home that we meant to go to the other day and didn't end up going. So I think we're gonna go there next week. Not next week because I'm out next week. Week after.
Yeah.
But yeah, we haven't got anywhere indoors planned. No. Where are you going next?
No, I haven't got anything until July at the moment. I'm sure things will come up. I'm going to Fort Widley with Paramike in July, but I'm sure there'll be other things coming up before then.
Yeah. You've just reminded me, I do actually host for an events company, and I'm there on Saturday at the Galleries of Justice in Nottingham.
Ooh.
So actually, I'll be there, but not with the rest of the To Investigate girls.
Yeah.
That'll just be as a host. But
Yeah.
that'll be interesting.
Have
Fantastic.
fun.
I
Well, I'm
shall.
getting attacked in panic by dogmen,
Dear.
slots,
Yeah.
deer, and orbs and owls and everything.
And big cats.
Yes.
ABCs.
Say again, sorry.
ABCs. That's what the big cats are called. Alien big cats. ABCs.
Oh, didn't know that.
And they're alien not because they're aliens, but they're alien because they're not where they're meant to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're out of place.
Yeah, that's the catchphrase, Andy. ABCs.
Didn't know that. Learn something new every day. Right. Well, we are at the end of the show.
Oh, hey, oh.
You're all right. You're not on that Sambuca again, are you?
Hey, have you been liberating pint pots as well?
Sounds like it, doesn't it?
I was really cheeky. I went into my local pub. I did try and liberate one the week before, and then somebody collected it while I went into the toilet, which I was really annoyed about.
Straight in your pocket.
But then I just thought, sod it, and I went up to the very nice barman and said, "Can I buy this glass, please?" And he went, "Oh, we haven't really got a facility for you buying it." And then he kind of looked behind me and went, "You can just have it if you want." So I've got the same glass at home, but with permission.
I won't say exactly where it's from, but I just walked out with it full, and the rest is history. Yeah,
they're very nice, aren't they?
Yeah,
there was another one with a stem that was similar that I fancied as well. I did actually once walk into a pub, and I've got another glass. I've got a collection of glasses, but I don't know if it's because I'm a teacher. I've got this fear of being told off. So I always try and get permission for stuff. So I went in, I said, "I'd like to buy this glass." And he goes, "All right, then you can have it for £1." So I bought it. So I've got a collection of nice glasses.
Well, I'm a lovely, honest person.
Yeah.
I tried buying one. They wouldn't let me, so I took it anyway.
Oh God!
We are not condoning
I did
theft.
ask. No.
I feel I feel awful that I have acquired things.
The reputation.
Yeah. I've been going on it.
Yeah, starting to question myself.
Kleptomania is what it's called.
Yeah, I know. I should just call myself Magpie.
There you go.
Oh, it's funny.
Oh, right. Well, that's it. We're at the end of the show because I need to go in and birthday party with people and eat and all that kind of stuff. So, massive thank you for coming on. Really enjoyed. I had a really good laugh today.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was good fun.
And that's it. That's all we've
and
got.
Can I just do a final massive plug for my podcast?
Of course you can.
Can I? How do I? Is that where it is? Hang on, I'm trying to point to my name on the screen, but I'm doing
you're there.
Yeah, there you go.
Paranormal or What podcast? Have a listen. It's on all good on all good podcast apps. And please email me at paranormalorwhat podcast@outlook.com with your true stories.
Yes. If you send me the links, I'll put them in the description notes on YouTube.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that is it. On Wednesday, I'm not sure if he's a guest or not. There might be a change of plan for that. But on Friday, we've got Eric Wood from Paranormal Highway. And I will be revealing the name of the thing in the jar.
Voldemort.
So I'm going to pick 20 names. I'm going to pick 10 of the favourite names that have come through because there's hundreds of people that have commented. I was expecting about 4 or 5. So I'm going to get 10, put them in a hat, in a real hat, pick one out, and whichever name I pick out, that'll be related to the person that put it on there. But they do have to be watching the stream or it doesn't count. and they will get the big dinner plate that says the top right corner. It's got Andy Codes and the alien Bigfoot in the circle. It's massive. Even I've not got room on my wall for it, so gonna give that away.
Fantastic.
There you go. And a kleptomaniac bin dipper. Your new name tag.
There we go. Klepto bin dipper.
Yeah.
Oh, so it quite has a ring, doesn't it? Klepto bin dipper.
Yeah.
It has an Eastern twang.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Right. Oh, the thing Sadie's put to investigate.
I think you should call it Nathalian.
Well, I'm going to message Ada later because she gave me a thing. What she put in the chat is like, give me an idea for something. And I was messaging her before, but I never got a chance to do it. So I will send you a message later on. One sec. It's explaining it of what it is that I'm doing. So I'll let you know later as well. So, but that is it. So we are done. Are you on Wednesday, Sarah, or not?
No, I'm down south.
Down south, down west.
Down south.
Yes. So
how far down south? Not as far as me, I guess.
No. Oxford way, roughly.
All right.
Yeah, and then Friday, you're on Friday. Should be all of us Friday. Even Tommy.
Yeah.
Even Tommy. Who would have known? So that's it. And I will let you guys know the outcome of Saturday at some point. But on Friday, when Eric's on, I'm going to do the whole thing with the stuff in the jar and what have you. So, and that's it. Anyone got anything to add before we end the stream?
No, thank you for having me on.
No, thank you for coming on. Absolute pleasure. Loved every minute.
It's always a laugh.
Yes, definitely. Right. So then on that note, we're going to end it. Keep the comments coming in on Facebook. And that's it. I haven't got anything else. I'm going to go and eat some birthday cake. So see you guys Wednesday or Friday. Yeah. I'll let you know Monday for definite what's happening for Wednesday. And just before I go, I will put this up one more time.
No.
Just to give you nightmares.
I don't want that in my brain. It's so horrible.
That was right behind me, like not even a foot away behind me.
Oh.
So, yeah, you can all keep that. Right, I'll see you next week at some point. Take care and goodbye.
Bye.
All right, take